Hello and welcome to Reviews. I've been avoiding this. I have really been avoiding this. This came out almost a week ago, and every time I say I'm going to do a video on this, I stop. This book is bad. I'm just going to say it right off the front. Right off the bat. Right up front, off the bat. Let's mix metaphors. This book sucks. Get that out of the way. But one thing I do want to say is that I am doing another giveaway. Um, it will be open to US, Canada, and the UK, just like before. I'll give more details at the end of the video. It won't be for Butterscotch. Nope, she stays with me. You probably couldn't handle her. Come here, Fuzz. Yeah, go ahead. But what I am giving away, see, she hates this book too, is one of these girls. I almost said guy. She's going to investigate here. Got some more Walgreens exclusives. So here we have Marvel's Magik. We have Colossus's little sister, and God, that's a great picture. She's Butters is see, even Butters likes it. I hope you don't mind cat hair. There might be a little cat hair on it, but yeah, I'm gonna be giving this away. That's like too hot for Walgreens. So yeah, details at the end of the video. So with this X-Men garbage, there's gotta have something good in this, in this video. So let's put this off to the side. Let's try and get away from Butters here, and let's dive into this issue. As I said, this issue is bad. This is the first of a 10-week storyline. X-Men disassembled. Yeah, is Avengers disassembled? Huh? Yeah. Metal thing here. Here's a clue for you, Marvel. Don't make a reference to Bendis' work. Please don't. That's not a good selling point. $8, also not a good selling point. This, way overpriced for what you get. It's 64 pages. It's my understanding, though, if you bought the digital copy, you get the director's cut as well. So for the same amount, you get like 200 some pages. Maybe behind the scenes stuff. Maybe things that will help it make sense. So anyway, I'm just going to dive in. There's nothing really to say about the cover. It's just another the team's about to shoot you type thing. Stock pose, saw this in someone's DeviantArt, I'm sure. I'm glad we have non-Asian Betsy back. I'm really glad. It's only taken 25 years, but we have it. So anyway, let's dive in. I like that we're starting out with the roster here. We got such a good book, such a big book, a large cast of characters. As I hold Butters off from attacking this issue. Yeah, but Bishop has a bigger role than Storm, and I guess in the story that's true. Yeah, it's not alphabetical or anything, so... And then we have the Who Cares down here. And so the story starts off proper, and we're trying to get through this really quickly, because there's a lot I can nitpick about this book. It starts off with Jean Grey seeing Jamie Magik's coming at her, asking, where's Kitty Pryde? When he suddenly gets an Excedrin headache this big that's two-pronged because X-23 has just stabbed him in the head. The best part of this book is, well, actually, Bishop has a chapter in the back that's actually pretty cool. I'm going to probably skip most of those, but this is one of the best parts of the book. A little hard on my eyes, but this all-out fight with the X-Men versus the Multiple Man and all his duplicates. Even the one down here, looks like it's burning from the inside out like Prowl in the Transformers movie, the first one. Where's Kitty Pryde? And they're all asking, where's Kitty Pryde? As the X-Men are just blasting all the Madrixes. Magi? What is the plural of Jamie Madrix? Let's just say multiple men. Oh, make it so much easier. Jean realizes, after she shouts out, where's Kitty Pryde, that she just saw something. And, of course, I'm not sure, Kurt. You see something like this, don't tell anyone. Just don't. Don't communicate anything. You're only one of the most powerful telepaths. You've hosted the Phoenix Force. Yeah, no biggie. Just another apocalypse, no pun intended, to the X-Men. Let's not mention anything. But hey, let's spend a couple panels talking about Laura having orange slices on her claws. Ah, see? That's not hygienic, huh? So we cut to where Kitty Pryde actually is. She's with a bunch of the rookie X-Men, and I'll be honest, I don't know all of them. I know some of them. Uh, yeah, we have the little thing in the beginning, but it doesn't really tell us who they are, what they do. There's not no space. And this book, I'll come back to this, violates the thing I always say. Not my things. I'm a firm believer in Jim Shooter's philosophy that every issue is someone's first issue. Especially if you're bringing back a book like Uncanny X-Men. Uncanny X-Men #1, not Butterscotch #1. This was the flagship title. This is where it all began. And it was just Uncanny X-Men for many years. And then New Mutants, and then Uncanny X-Men, New Mutants, and X-Factor. Then we had the 2 X-Men books, Uncanny and Adjectiveless. Anyway, I'm showing my age. So, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and a lot of references that you really need to jump to Wikipedia, if you haven't been a hardcore X-Men fan for any long amount of time. And as I said, I've fallen out with X-Men. Yeah, I would pick up a few issues here and there and realize, yeah, this book kind of sucks. Hasn't been good in a long time. But so we have all the younger X-Men under Kitty Pryde going to find Forearm, and they're even saying Forearm. The guy's power is that he has 4 arms. They're not wrong. Do you really need a whole team of X-Men? Now this is supposed to be like a training thing. He is 2 arms better than a regular human. But when Kitty goes to touch something on the Blackbird's panel, she accidentally phases through it. As you know, her power disrupts electronics when she phases through, and so she ends up just kind of phasing through and disappearing. So, yeah, what's going on there? So the Blackbird's starting to lose control. At least I think that's what happens in this panel. It doesn't really seem like they're really being jolted around by G-forces. It's just something happens to Pixie here. Just some swacking. Which, of course, takes out their teleporter. So she can't focus enough to teleport. And, Pixie, we need you to teleport us out of here. Otherwise, we're going to crash into a school. Yeah. Yeah, how are the X-Men not dead? Or really, really injured? A couple of them are injured, granted, but yeah, they were just kind of standing around in the cockpit, and, Pixie being held by a giant rock guy when they crash cannot be good for her. So over in Africa, we have Storm and Beast talking about how it's raining, and Storm can't stop it. She can't control it. Things are growing faster than they should be. So the lake is capable of sustaining life. Okay, so we have Kitty's powers are out of control. Jean's powers are out of control. Could this be Storm's powers out of control? What's going on? So we cut back to the crash here, excuse me, as the survivors are pulling themselves out of the wreckage, and it turns out it's the whole Mutant Liberation Front. So Mutant Liberation Front, they didn't change the force, right? It's Mutant Liberation Front. And so, yeah, we do get at least names for each of them. Yeah. They're upset that they got pretty much the new young X-Men, not the real X-Men. So they try and fight them, and who's the skeleton guy again here in the bubble? I kind of like him. Yeah, it's Mutant Liberation Front. At least I think they are. Who knows? So, they're asking for backup, and yeah, I hear you, Glob. That's his name. We have a team on the way. Okay, so yeah, thanks, Kurt. Thanks, brothers, for walking across the book. The life of a cat owner. And 10 minutes in already. So this fight goes on. We got severely injured uh, uh, young X-Men over here when Jamie shows up again. Hey, wake up. I need to ask you a question. Finally, this is important. Where's Kitty Pryde? Your boss, where did she go? Gone. Kitty vanished. Damn. Too late. And Jamie takes off running. I'm too late. And so, finally, the rest of the X-Men show up, and, Kurt starts evacuating the injured parties, and Polaris does a fastball special with Laura, and, trying to be funny. Let's, alright, let's see how they do with the big kids. Wait, are you a big kid? Big enough, Polaris. Now throw me. Alright, not so bossy, big kid. And then Laura just schlicks, that'd be even funnier, just takes out the Mutant Liberation Force. Yeah, just hacks them. So, now we go to Senator Ashton Allen, who is giving a speech, a rally about the mutant cure they're working on, while a bunch of the X-Men are in attendance. We got Jubilee, we have Bishop, Angel, and Betsy, who, okay, I know she's British again, but her skin tone's really dark. Did anyone tell the colorist she's not Asian anymore? Is that what that's supposed to be? And a really thin, young-looking Angel. And then, of course, we have Cannonball and North Star in the crowd here watching as well, because North Star says, he came down. If this type of mutant cure thing passes in the U.S., what effect would it have for Canada? Oh, come on, this would pass in Canada first. Have you seen the state of Canada these days? So, I'm not quite sure the senator is talking about a cure, but it's like a press conference for a cure being developed, and it doesn't sound like it's a force cure. Is that the allegory they're going for? I don't know. I'm going to keep fighting, pushing Butters back. She hates this book too. Look at this. So yeah, people are clapping. Yeah, my pages are like weird. We got Jean and Bobby, who are waiting for Kitty, who's supposed to appear to do a speech, but of course she's not there. She's just disappeared when suddenly Magik shows up at the podium, and it almost looks like he's stalling. So then we cut back over again to Beast in the lab with the injured X-Men. He flips out on them because they're being pains in the necks. And one of them points up, hey, it's that guy that we saw. He was at the crash. And yeah, there's Jamie back up on stage. The differences between all of us, and this is really big, is that we are all the same. Okay. So he's still doing his speech, and things are getting kind of a PR nightmare. And of course, Bobby says he always thought Jamie was funny, and everybody remain calm. You probably won't be hurt. Okay, he got creepy. And when Jamie says it's time, and I guess he's looking at his non-existent watch, just, it's time. Yeah, time to go. And then in the back of the crowd, you see people flying up into the air, because there's a crowd of multiple men. We're here to help. Let us help. Excuse me, coming through. This is important. Okay. So basically, the X-Men start fighting the multiple men, and Angel starts talking to somebody. Yes, I hear you, and flies off. And they're trying to figure out. It's just chaos. They're trying to figure out what multiple man's trying to do when they're trying to get civilians out of the way. When it turns out that they're all going after the senator. All the multiple men are going after the senator to protect him. Senator Allen, you need to come with us. We're here to save you. Okay. Angel still being weird, yes, I understand. We get more cases of powers not working right. Oh, well, that's just bloody wonderful. Yeah, just in case you remember, she's British, because she uses bloody several times. Just a little bit of shortcut there. At least I get to test drive my all-new telekinetic weapons. Okay, that's kind of cool. Still wish we got her battle armor she used to wear back in the Australia days, just before she turned into the Asian. Anyway, so Jean Grey is getting all the Madrixes off of the Senator when he just teleports away. And Madrix says, "We're too late. We couldn't stop it." And so Madrix starts teleporting away all of them. And yeah, so, Angel flew off. Jamie can teleport. Jean's left answering all the questions, make it look like the X-Men attacked the Senator and did something. And then we find that Kitty Pryde, that's kind of a sexy Kitty Pryde, she's grown up, is tied to a chair. The Senator's tied to a chair, asking, "What do you people want from me?" Okay, idiot, you're tied to a chair. You see someone else tied to a chair, and you don't think she's a fellow prisoner? Of course, Kitty's powers still aren't working. Now, if it wasn't you that took us, and shut your mouth. The girl does not answer to you. And we find, we got ads here, kind of weird, that Apocalypse has been captured and is bound to a giant X, crucifix type thing. Our captors have earned the wrath of Apocalypse today. Do not be so quick to join them, human. To be continued. Yeah, Apocalypse, he just jobbed to whoever, that's a wrestling term, right? He jobbed. He's more powerful than this to be bound. So yeah, this is kind of a mess. This is the first half of the book, maybe something like that, about the first half of the book. And so we got a mystery going on. What's he up to? Is he trying to help people? What was Jean's vision? Why are people's powers acting funky? Yeah. So here's where the book tries to get a little clever. In the dark days leading to the Multiple Man incident at City Hall, the X-Men remain committed to their mission of peaceful human and mutant coexistence in their own individual ways. So yeah, this is like, most of the stories here are prequels to what we just read. We got the Bishop story, we have Jean Grey's story, and then we have Armor and Anole, and which I like Mark Bagley as a penciler. And then there's the Epilogue. Again, we get some more Mark Bagley. So yeah, they try and do this Pulp Fiction thing, this Quentin Tarantino, where we're going to tell the story, but not in order. We're going to go a little asynchronous with it, and it would, if done well, it works. It gives a little bit deeper insight to what's going on, but it doesn't work in this. I'm going to flip through this pretty quick. Bishop's part is good. I'm going to flip through a few pages. The whole copyright thing. As he's investigating, his little bracelet's telling him that there's a disaster coming. He's following leads and ends up getting to Sugar Man. He finds Sugar Man, who is a refugee from the Age of Apocalypse. Bishop gets taken down, finds out, looks like Sugar Man's been killed. Okay, fine. Then we have the Jean Grey story, where she's meeting Storm for coffee. And all the humans suddenly turn on her. And again, skipping story, she ends up talking to this old woman who will be important in a little bit. And so yeah, the old woman disappears. When Storm shows up, all the humans end up kind of being controlled and attack them. This story, I ended up kind of liking it a little bit more than I expected. This little part with Armor. There's a lot of tension that they're getting the grunt work. Oh, one of the things I forgot to mention when Beast was in his story, he was following I'm sorry, Bishop was following Dark Beast. Dark Beast escaped down into a secret hatch, so this follows right after Bishop's story. So again, Sugarman's been taken out. Now we have Dark Beast, who's also from the Age of Apocalypse. But this is kind of interesting because is how you say Anale, whatever, and Armor are talking about how they get the crap jobs, literally crap jobs. They're in the sewer, and they'll never be high ranking as the rest of the X-Men. They've been promised a better life, and being in the X-Men has prestige, and here they are getting all the grunt work, busy work. Okay, tell that to Maggot. Okay, when was the last time you heard from him? How about Marrow? How about her? Okay, you guys aren't the first one to have been the grunts. Um, so yeah, they're going through the sewers here, and they end up running into Dark Beast and fighting him for a little bit, not doing so well, and they end up getting called up, basically up to the to the surface, where now Jean's in costume, and we got Bishop there and Storm's there. You almost think that this takes place, like these three stories take place around the same time and then lead all together, but Bishop was just locked in a room. Jean and Storm were fighting humans that were being controlled. Now they're suddenly in their costumes, so I don't know if that's a continuity error or if this takes place, if this is a separate incident. But yeah, there's Jean's getting spoken to. Jean, we don't want to hurt anyone. And let's skip a little bit here. Whoever's speaking to Jean says that they were confused, but now they have their mind back, and so it ends up a building crashes and all the chaos, and suddenly all the humans are back to normal. So, but the person was crushed under the rocks was the old woman that Jean was talking to earlier. And one last person passes a message. We're sorry, that wasn't supposed to happen. Wait, where am I? And Storm tells Annalie and Armor, thank you for your assistance. I know you said you had a mission of your own. We can handle it from here if you need to get back to it. Great. Can't wait. Yeah. We'll be here if you need us, we'll be in the sewers, so you guys don't have to get your hands dirty. A little bit of tension, that's kind of interesting. It's always kind of like the big leaguers versus the junior varsity team. And so Bishop's wrist bracelet thing just stops going off, and here's something interesting. Bishop, are you alright? You seem distracted. It's nothing. Are you certain? There may be something. I'm looking into it. You'll be the first to know when I learn more. Okay, again, after Jean's little thing, she didn't mention it to anybody. Bishop, he almost tells Storm about his little bracelet thing, and yeah, we're just not going to share any concerns. This would be a perfect time for it, but no. If we're going to worry about anyone, we should worry about Jean. Will she be alright? She's taking this particularly hard. She is. I gather she spoke with the woman who died before we were attacked. What? I know I skipped that part, but when Jean was talking to that old woman, the old woman disappeared before Storm walked in. So Storm thought she was talking to herself. What are you making this leap of logic to? And again, is this immediately following the Jean Grey section, and that you, somehow called all the X-Men in, and you had time to change into your costume, and Jean remembers this old woman she saw that she talked to at the coffee shop? Yeah, again, the continuity things. This isn't over. Of course not, Jean. It's never over. And then we see, oh, look at that. That old woman's back there. See? Yeah. I'm afraid it's only the beginning, Jean. and then turns and changes shape and into looks to be a masculine, but it's Marvel. These could looks like a masculine back and shoulders, but it could be Carol Danvers for all we know. So yeah, so we have a big mystery. What's going on? Somebody's targeting some. There's a big target. Kitty Pryde and Apocalypse are taken off the table. Madrix is trying to save people. Powers aren't working. This, and then and this part here is like the epilogue. So, and I forget what I've skipped and what I haven't. So I'll just go back a little bit here. Yeah, this book is a mess. It tries to go back and forth between time. There's a lot going on here. You really need to know. You really need to know your X-Men history to understand why, the Sugar Man and why Dark Beasts are important, where they come from. We have Apocalypse tied up. It makes me wonder, okay, so we have the Age of Apocalypse tie-in. Is this Legion? I mean, who else has the power to control people, to do stuff like this? Who else was responsible for the Age of Apocalypse? Legion. So, I'm guessing maybe that's where they're going with this. I don't know. There's a lot going on in here, and yet nothing good. This book is bad. It jumps around. It's unclear, and that's the worst part. I'm a big believer in in Jim Shooter's. Every comic could be someone's first. So why? I know it's supposed to be X-Men #1. Why are you making this so convoluted and so difficult? And I'm not saying it should be spoon-fed, but at times, I've read through this a couple times, and I'm like, okay, and yeah, I mean, there's some interesting stuff, but there's cramming too much into this book, and then doing the later half of the book taking place, for the most part, before this. Yeah, pretty much all of it before this. Why? It's like weird way to do backup stories, and this book is a mess. And I really want Uncanny X-Men to succeed. Why are you doing this? Anyway, I didn't do too bad on time. It's 27 minutes in, and for something that's so thick, I got through it pretty well. That's what she said. And so yeah, coming back to this, not that, but this. I will be giving this away. This is Tuesday night. Tomorrow's New Comic Day. I don't know how Thanksgiving, the American Thanksgiving, is going to affect shipping. So there will be some more videos, but what I will be doing is I'll be doing a giveaway. As always, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll be doing a drawing on Saturday, this coming Saturday, which is, I don't even know what the date is. Probably like the 25th, maybe. But this coming Saturday. And yeah, subscribe, and I want you to leave a comment. And you know what? Let's do, who is your favorite New Mutant? Yeah, why not? It could be the classic team. It could be members of, the New Mutants that graduated into X-Force. I'll count X-Force in there, sure, why not? Yeah, who's your favorite member? I'll be honest, I like Danny Moonstar. I really liked her. I may be a little biased in that. Whatever happened to her? Whatever happened to Mirage? Where's she been? Has she been brought back and I just missed it? But yeah, if I had to pick a favorite, I really, really like Danny. And I'm going back to the classic run. The original, like, first 30, 40 issues of New Mutants. The first series was really good. But anyway, talked for a half hour now. Can you believe that? So yeah, this book, garbage. Giving this away. Subscribe, leave a comment. Who's your favorite New Mutant? And God, I hope I don't have to read this again. I'll probably pick it up this week, the next issue, if it comes out this week. And hopefully it'll be a little bit clearer, because this is like how not to set up a mystery, and not how... There's so much... I could keep going. And I tried to go through this really quickly and not nitpick it. So I'm not even going to raise it. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. The art. There are some good panels. So, okay. Uh, okay, yeah, 6. What was that? Yeah. Well, what would I call that? 5:59. I'm still getting used to this rating system I've come up with. So 5:58. That doesn't even make any sense. So, yeah, this panel was good. This was a good panel. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it. A couple more videos, give more chances, and I'll do the drawing on Saturday, just like I have in the past. We'll pull them out of the hat, and yeah. So leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.